Had a few minutes ago. Now they're on the way down to the start. Indeed, they've arrived at the start. 1 for Rosie, 7-4 on favourite. It's then 11-4 for First to Count, 11-2 Captain Zebo, 40-1 in from 50s for Emissaire, and 250-1 for Jack Riddle, the outsider of the 5. 1 for Rosie now just goes to 13-8 on favourite. Horse who's defending that perfect 2 out of 2 record. There is number 3, Emissaire, on the way down to the start. I was just wondering whether the horse might have just bitten its tongue in the paddock. I thought I saw a little bit of blood in the horse's mouth. I think I did see a bit of blood in the horse's mouth because the vet's taking a look now. If it is just a bitten tongue, then there shouldn't be an issue at all. He'll be passed to race, but the vet will just check it out. That isn't anything more serious than that, if he's lost a tooth or anything. But I thought we saw when the horse was just been walking around outside of the parade ring. I wonder why it hadn't been taken into the parade ring. And hopefully it is nothing more than just a bitten tongue. But the vet's checked it out, and he's joining the others now in the collecting ring. High time that we get back to Carlisle. We'll keep tabs on that and rejoin Peter.
That's impressive observation, Mark. I expect nothing less from you. Fantastic noting from you there. By the way, Expo Universal just had a quick word off air. Our leg man Graham Orange has with Rebecca. Expo Universal, she'll not run him over fences again, she says, or very unlikely. Now 0 from 5 over fences, the beaten favourite in the last race. Favourite in this one, 1 for Rosie. They're out on the course proper. We're at post time. Heavily sponsored by Smarkets, this race card today. And like I said, the form of that run last time out for 1 for Rosie has now been boosted, bidding to give the Twiston Davies father and son team of Sam and Nigel a quick fire double on the card. But look out for a big run from that First Account. The form behind Al Dancer really does stand up, given what Al Dancer has done since. Let's go back to Darren.
So they're lining up, flag raised, 5 runners about to be sent on their way. Some nice types in this race. They're trotting towards the start now. Tape goes back, they're off for the Smarkets National Hunt Novices hurdle race. And Jack Riddell is the first to show to the outside of 1 for Rosie and First Account. Then Captain Zebo and Emissaire, and they're jumping the first. Small error there from Emissaire, nothing too serious. So on top of the first turn, and it is First Account who is up along the inside of Jack Riddell, and then 1 for Rosie between horses. Captain Zebo, yellow colours to the wide outside, and Emissaire the back marker, and they're all over the first down the far side of the track. Running now towards the second flight over on the back straight, and as they come to it, 1 for Rosie between horses. First Account to the inside, Captain Zebo, Jack Riddell, Emissaire, and now they're heading towards the end of the back. And on the wide outside, Captain Zebo, racing keenly, is coming through to take over, and it's Captain Zebo now moving on. 1 for Rosie to the inside running rail in the blue quartered colours. First Account, Brian Hughes next, then Jack Riddell and Jonathan Bewley, and Emissaire, Blair Campbell at the rear. 5 runners now heading towards the turn in, and flights 4 and 5, and it's Captain Zebo, John Dixon, leading by a length. 1 for Rosie in second. First Account is next, then Jack Riddell and Emissaire, and this is the Smarkets National Novices Hurdle. They come on up the hill. This last time out winner, Captain Zebo, over it with about a length and a half to spare, and right at the back there, Jack Riddell getting reminders, some stern reminders. But Jack Riddell doesn't look too interested at the moment over going with the other runners. Heading now towards the hurdle before the enclosures, and it is Captain Zebo, 1 for Rosie, First Account. Small error there from Captain Zebo. Jack Riddell is having an early bath, has called it a day. Pulls up before the hurdle in front of the stands, pulled up before flight number 5. So 4 runners coming towards the winning post. 1 for Rosie, the hitherto unbeaten 1 for Rosie, up along the inside of Captain Zebo. A gap then of a few lengths to First Account, and Emissaire is last of the quartet as they now swing right-handed and embark on a full circuit of the course. So 1 for Rosie, going the shortest way. 1 for Rosie with Captain Zebo up along the outside. First Account, this winning pointer, is a couple of lengths further back, and Emissaire is last. And the 4 now go down the far side, running downhill to the 6th flight of 10 with Captain Zebo, One for Rosie, a couple of lengths clear of First Account and Emissary and Blair Campbell bringing up the rear. So they are about 50 yards or so away from hurdle 6. Coming to it now. One for Rosie and Captain Zebo. Captain Zebo not producing the most fluent of jumps there. So it is One for Rosie, Captain Zebo, First Account, and now they've gone clear of Emissary at the first down the back, which is 4 from home. Again, a little novice from Captain Zebo. One for Rosie, the leader, and leads by a comfortable 2 lengths. First Account the inside of Captain Zebo, and then Emissary struggling to keep up. And this is the final hurdle over on the far side, 3 from home. Bit of a run now to the second last, and it's Sam Twiston-Davies on One for Rosie, leaving the back straight, but First Account creeping up the inside for Brian Hughes, and they've gone about 4 lengths clear of Captain Zebo, who's followed by Emissary. So they're on this downhill run, making the run to the turn into the straight with just 2 hurdles to jump. One for Rosie and First Account have gone 5 lengths clear of Captain Zebo, who in turn is 15 clear of Emissary. So the 2 principals then turning in. One for Rosie and First Account, 5 clear of Captain Zebo, suddenly getting outpaced by the front pair. So they're now levelling up for the climb and the second last hurdle. First Account the inside of One for Rosie. One for Rosie just drifting out to his left there, and First Account was a lot more professional. Now Captain Zebo, meanwhile, having got tapped for toe, is staying on again, making the run to the last furlong and a half. First Account has gone clear of One for Rosie, but Captain Zebo is coming at First Account, and Captain Zebo hit that flat spot heading towards the turn-in, is in front but doesn't get very high at the final flight. So on the run in, it is Captain Zebo with First Account to the far running rail, and this pair are clear of One for Rosie, and it is Captain Zebo's coming home strongly, and Captain Zebo has now shaken off First Account, and Captain Zebo and John Dixon staying is the game for Captain Zebo. Captain Zebo, outpaced at one stage, wins. Captain Zebo beats First Account, followed home by One for Rosie, and they're clear of Emissary.
Well, this horse used to run in the Jigginstown colours, and we know that the modus operandi there is to have strong stayers, Gold Cup types indeed. Well, you had to stay in this race. So rare, isn't it, at Carlisle, to see a horse go off keenly, then get left behind a little bit at the bottom of the hill, and then get a second win and come and beat 2 decent horses, and go and bunny hop the last and land on all 4 and still win. Captain Zebo then, remember, he did have £7 off with John Dixon's claim there, bringing the weight down, but that's by the by, because this horse has run on resolutely. As Darren said in commentary, it was all about staying. Jumped right, but a horse who his form at Wetherby had been boosted, and he's got a good 3 lengths to spare at the line over First Account, who has run a fine race. Remember, he looked as though he had the race in the bag when he'd beaten off One for Rosie between the last 2, but then came Captain Zebo with that second wind. As for One for Rosie, yes, this is more of a long-term project, but he did jump left more than once, One for Rosie, today, especially at that second last, and that's where it all started to fall to pieces for him. As for Jack Riddell, he's on the naughty step. He was visored for the first time, the 10-year-old, but he pulled up with a circuit to go, and as Darren says, he went for the early bath, didn't he? But as they turn in here, the eventual winner is on the left of shot on the outside under John Dixon. On the rail, you've got One